What up? This is your boy DoBoy.
And I am Patrick Cloud.
And I am Long Beach Griffy.
And this is another installment of The Internet is Undefeated. Cue the bad music.
Ooh, internet is undefeated. Internet is undefeated. Internet is undefeated. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't plan that part of it.
I threw the bass line in
that
there.
was XXX
Yeah.
Tentacion.
That was XXX Trashion. That's just why I threw it out there.
What up, Long Beach?
Long Beach. How you doing?
How you doing?
I was waiting for that song to slow down.
What does that even
silent storm.
What's up, man? How you been? You coming from Long Beach?
Man, I've been good. Yeah, I actually moved. I moved down the street. I stay in Lakewood. I don't know if you've ever been there.
So now you're gonna be Lakewood Griffy, or is that?
Man, my friends always tease me about that. But you know.
Hey, I think it's hilarious that you talk the exact same as you do in your video.
Are you serious?
I thought that was kind of like a character. So? you came
You really like this? Yes.
Hello, my name is Anthony. You really do talk like a serial killer. That's pretty tight.
She puts the lotion in the skin, or else she gets the soap again.
All right, well we got a fun time today. Not a lot of depressing things happened this week.
No. That's good that, depressing things aren't happening. I don't like talking about the sad shit all the time.
Me too, but we got to address some of
I
this
get
stuff.
it. Yeah.
So we hinted at this last week. This is probably one of the wildest headlines I've seen in a minute. So KTLA news anchor died from an overdose of crystal meth in his butt while cheating on his wife with a man he met on Grindr.
Wait,
that's just a lot to say in one sentence.
It's a run-on sentence.
Wait, hold on. Who was typing that headline out?
It was a run-on sentence.
People were just behind him. Okay, throw in crystal meth.
And the messed up part is it has to run on the news channel that he probably was on. They had to use that as a headline. Like
his coworkers had to talk about it.
He had
long
meth.
Headline.
He had meth in his butt.
In the butt.
Why are you putting drugs in your butt?
Drugs in the butt. Now, first of all, this story that we're talking about is in no way gay bashing.
No.
It's just the overall wild ass story.
And maybe you should be putting meth in your butt.
So this is what happened. So basically, he left early from his shift at KTLA, complaining he felt ill. So took off work. Instead of going home, he arranged a meeting with a man in a Glendale motel to have hardcore sex. I don't know why they
hardcore.
I don't know why they
They said hardcore.
Damn. Okay.
How did they know it was hardcore?
Yeah. Well, like who knew?
Well, I'll let you know.
Yeah, when you end up with meth in your butt, that's pretty good.
It's pretty
Jeez.
So apparently he dude answered the door completely naked and had set up the room to look like a mini nightclub with DJ style lighting, sex toys, lube, and a massage bench. So it was turned.
Why do you have a massage bench in a club? You don't go to the club to get a massage. You go to that's fucking.
This is a sex club, bro.
Okay, so he set up the sex club.
Sexy touchy club.
He opens the door. Sans closed.
They engaged in various forms of sex, including anal and oral, the fun stuff. I guess.
The fun stuff.
I guess.
Fun stuff.
Some point during their wild tryst, Burris allegedly inserted a rock of crystal meth into his anus. Now we're getting real fun.
That's probably where the hardcore comes from.
Did he consent to meth? What? To put in his butt?
I mean, I'm sure he didn't just say, "Oh, it's just a pebble. You good?" Like I'm sure at that point you know what's up.
What was it more for? Like a sexual thing or a get high thing?
Well, telling his partner that it was supposed to make him high and loose. But I mean,
who told them all this? The dude that he was doing it with?
I would only assume that meth, when you put meth in your butt, it goes straight to the bloodstream.
Well, I've heard different things about that. You know, some people put alcohol in their butt.
Like
they'll put like Hennessy in their ass. Give me a butt shot.
Butt chug.
Butt shot. Butt.
Butt chug.
Picture them taking the bottle to the butt, just like pouring it directly in.
That is this. So
straight up.
So he takes the shot. He takes the meth in his butt.
Straight to the butt.
Straight to the butt.
And then here it goes.
Bottoms up, literally.
Bottoms
up, literally,
hilarious.
Bro.
That's a double entendre. Bottoms up.
That is tough, bro.
Oh, man. And then he also gave him a syringe full of GHB and a bottle of Gatorade.
Okay, he wanted to die. There was nothing there to suggest that he wanted to keep living.
Yeah, he was on something.
But get this. After the first rock in the butt and a bottle of Gatorade, I guess the Gatorade supercharged.
Meth in your butt and Gatorade?
Supercharged.
Meth in your butt and Gatorade.
Think about how much energy you must have. This is how much energy they had. They had sex again with the
rock in his butt?
With the meth in the butt.
Oh, meth in the butt.
Then they put another rock of meth up the butt before engaging in more sex.
Meth in the butt. Hey, sex time.
Wow. Oh, meth in the butt.
butt.
And they were wearing like S&M masks. So he was freaky. This was a freak fest.
But the other guy survived. He was probably just high and embarrassed.
It was just two of them? Just the two of them?
I guess so. But the funniest part to me is that this isn't funny because he died.
Right.
But he took off work. He was like,
he took off work forever.
He said, come on, man.
I'm sorry.
He said, I got some stuff to do today. That shit is wild.
The messed up part was dude was probably back there like, I'm killing this shit. Oh, wait. Oh, I
Literally.
Literally. I'm sorry, guys. I have a dark mind sometimes.
We are
Right.
bad.
Woo.
People.
Okay, so he dead.
But yeah, I guess he said he told the dude he was feeling fine until he noticed he was making a strange noise. He flipped him over to find out that he vomited inside his S&M mask.
So that's what took him out.
It might have happened during, like you said, which is actually kind of sad.
So he basically ended up dying because he threw up, and because people be dying like that. You get
like,
drunk. A lot of people die. They get drunk.
That's why they have to sleep on their side.
Yeah. And you choke and you throw up.
Yeah, that's like a couple. That's like if you're high off a couple things, you have to sleep on your side. I think that's the case with like heroin and stuff. But now,
well, condolences to his family. I know we're joking about this, but somebody really did.
Yeah,
die.
he died.
But just when you hear the details of it,
the details is something to.
I thought you were joking, and then I was like, no, you're serious.
No, this was all very serious.
So put some parameters on your party.
Yeah, one rock per.
Yeah, how about you just don't put the meth in your butt?
Yeah.
You can
meth is what the.
Just take the meth regularly. It's dangerous enough.
Just take some shots or something.
Exactly.
Loosen high to get loose.
I don't want to be that high where I'm like, put the meth in my anus.
Put the second rock of meth in. I'm ready. I'm ready for the second rock.
2 rocks?
2 rocks and sex in the middle of that.
Oh my God!
So it was pushed up in there.
That should have qualified as this nigga here news, because that's this nigga here as fuck.
That's too
okay.
much.
Well,
that's you not down with the meth in the butt?
Nothing in my butt.
Nothing in the butt.
I agree.
I can't do
Let's
that.
just keep the butt away.
Just keep that as a no-fly zone.
Poop is enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah. Poop's enough. Hashtag poops enough.
Poops enough. Damn, man. He really went out with a bang, though. You knew that going into that he was looking for something.
I think he was trying to go.
Yeah, that's S&M mask, meth,
man.
all these other things.
That is all these other things for real. Gatorade. That nigga was
like, I want to be high and replenished at the same damn time.
My electrolytes.
I was just thinking about that.
All right, well, we just laughed at somebody dying. That sucks. Well,
Okay.
R.I.P.
All right, so R.I.P. to the boy.
But spreading awareness, don't put meth in your butt.
Yeah, you really shouldn't do meth ever.
Yeah.
Under any circumstances. But if you're gonna do meth, let's keep it out your ass.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, just
There
the
we go.
standard. Let's keep the standard ways.
It's
of
dangerous
doing
enough
that.
if you just smoke.
Or do it responsibly. If you're gonna do it.
I don't know if you can do meth responsibly.
Well, this is another.
I mean, there's ways. There's ways. I'm not a meth.
Me neither.
Taker, but I feel like there's some drugs that you can take responsibly.
Yeah,
Responsibly.
like you can do heroin, just do it with a Gucci belt.
Make sure your kids got a babysitter.
Yeah. Make sure there's
all your
someone
work is
there
done.
to take care of you.
For real.
Just in case.
It's like a
your
heroin
homework's
person,
done.
like doing a little alcohol swab before they do. Like, nigga, you're doing heroin.
I want to
But is it
protect.
sterilized?
Now I'm ready.
I need to protect my body. I need to protect what goes into my body.
All
right, moving right
that
along.
was another failed attempt at a clean episode.
Yeah.
Topic 1: methamphetamines.
We want sponsors. Starting off, meth in the butt.
All right. Well,
let's go.
speaking of this nigga here news.
Okay.
Future's kind of getting a bad rep out here. In the past year, I feel like he's
Yes.
just been a lot of stuff has been coming out that's just like Future's. You kind of are the
He be
nigga
wild.
in your rap
Yeah.
songs.
He be wild out here.
So if you haven't heard, promoters in a Miami nightclub reported that he's kind of not really feeling the BBWs. They're sort of denied at the entrances. There was a couple of girls who went on Instagram Live and was just like, "Yep, it was true. I couldn't believe it." But they text their friend and was just like, yo, Future's not letting in BBWs. And it was just like, wait, what? And then they went, and I guess they were just like, nope.
I don't believe that. Let me tell you why I don't believe that. As many things as Future is, I don't think that he would cut off his fan base like that. Like, why? Like, Future can have any woman that he wants. I mean, is he just going out there to be like, I want different women to choose? Like, I did hear that also a lot of times promoters do shit like this.
I think that's
and it be
more
them,
the case.
And then they put it on the artist.
I think that's
I'm not putting
way
that on.
more the case.
It just don't make sense because I don't see him just going to the club looking for randoms.
And you know what? That's
you know what I mean?
That's another thing. That's kind of why I brought this up, because like I think that we're seeing so much recently that like people just be using the artist name to just like get off themselves.
Absolutely.
And just throwing the whole artist under the bus.
Because it's easier to do that.
all the time.
Just like Firefest with Ja Rule.
You don't think Ja Rule had anything to
I
do with
feel
it?
like Ja Rule, he was one of the promoters, but I feel like the person behind. Have you seen the Firefest?
I've seen both of them. There's one on
Have you
Netflix
seen
and
it?
Hulu. Yeah.
Okay, the guy who was in charge of the whole thing, I feel like he messed up, but at the same time, everybody is putting Ja Rule
as
under
the fall
bus.
guy.
Like,
yeah.
oh, you have the bigger name, you're more of the influence, so we're gonna go after you.
Absolutely.
It was
Scapegoat.
your fault.
Yeah.
You knew.
Right.
You did this. You didn't tell anybody anything.
Right.
So you're the you. So I feel like
I do see that. And I know that promoters do that too. With when rappers are supposed to come, they'll like promote, and then like if they don't pay them all their money, then they'll be like, "Oh, they flaked." No, nigga, you didn't pay them their money.
Right.
So
Or
I feel
they were
like
never coming.
Exactly, and you just got all those people there, and you didn't have nothing. He
Right.
didn't show up. So
I always hear about shady shit. Like,
Right.
And if you think about it, they're trying to make the club look good, and Future's just there. You know,
Exactly.
and like you said, he
Right.
can have any woman he wants.
Why
He's
would he
not-
be like,
Why
I
would he
don't-
be like, man, there's a lot of BBWs walking around
like
here.
he don't know that BBWs buy his music. Like,
Right.
no, I don't think.
So that
niggas
was
be
for
at-
sure the club promoters just wanting to have like a hot club, and they were just
Exactly.
like they threw that on Future. That's
That
fucked
just
up.
doesn't- that-
He even tweeted, he was like, y'all need to stop capping off my name.
And I do feel him in that respect, because I hate it when it becomes like that sheep mentality. It's like once everybody starts saying something, everybody just agrees with
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Or if he does have something where he messes up, then you just try to throw everything on him. Like, oh, the nigga don't like big girls.
we're so quick to cancel people. It's like we
Cancel
want
culture.
to.
Yeah.
We want to. And it's just like once we heard that first report, it was just like, oh, Future messed up.
Right.
We hate Future now.
It's just
You know?
Exactly.
people, they want to be a part of the bigger conversation. Like, even
Yes.
it doesn't matter what it is. Like, people can say, "Oh, Orange did something racist." People just gonna be like, "Oh, we're canceling Orange."
Just niggas just want to cancel
just
something.
because they want to be a part of that conversation. It's
Right.
just like nobody ever asked these questions. Just like
Right.
the whole the Jesse Smollett thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody questioned what happened
It just
that
went
night.
on the offense,
They
like,
were just
yeah.
all like, "He's black.
Yep.
He's gay."
He's right.
Those are the most oppressed people.
Yes.
We're going to go against whatever he says. That's what the narrative is. We're going to be with that narrative. And
I
it's
don't
just
even
like,
need. I don't need the rest of the story.
and it's just like,
Talking
y'all
about
not
it,
going to question it. Y'all not gonna,
Exactly.
this gay dude in Chicago at 2:00 in the morning
Going to get a
getting
sandwich?
attacked
Yeah.
by two people in MAGA
MAGA hats with nooses and bleach.
How mediocre is that?
Yeah.
Like,
do you
that's
mean?
like something
Yeah.
out of a Tyler Perry movie. Like,
Yeah, it
that
really is.
So,
Yeah.
That is so like constructed. It's just like everything is there. People in MAGA hats
Mm-hmm.
attacking a gay black dude.
With a noose
What?
at 2:30 a.m. Yeah, I felt the
didn't
same way.
We didn't really analyze it. We
Yeah.
were just like,
They were just like,
we
oh,
heard the two
okay.
key words. We were just like, oh, he's gay. He was black. MAGA. He was
Right.
attacked. I'm up in arms.
Outrage.
Right. So yeah, I definitely took this one as fake news, and I don't feel like. I mean, Future is an entertainer. Ain't no entertainer gonna block off no set group of people from coming to see them. It just doesn't even make sense. So
Yeah.
shout out to the boy Future, man. I don't believe this. It's fake
That'd be
news
some
to me.
thirsty shit that a rapper doesn't need to do.
It's just there's just no. And come on, bro. Like from one, you just are isolating a group of when like BBWs. Like that's just fucking up your money. Like
Them be the funnest ones in the club.
oh my god.
If you ain't
For
got no
real.
BBWs, it's gonna be a whole bunch of bougie girls in VIP just throwing their hands up.
Absolutely.
Nobody
And
gonna
Just
be on
looking
the
at
floor.
each other.
I'm telling
Exactly.
you, I love big women. I have been on record for how I love big women. Big women can cook. They beautiful. And 9 times out of 10, y'all probably don't know this, big girl vagina tastes like cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Absolutely.
Really?
Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh,
no
wow.
carbs.
I believe that.
It's
That's
amazing.
I-
and they
I-
always smell good. You very rarely see a big girl that's just trash in the face. Most big girls are like really, really pretty.
I have a thing for big women.
Yeah.
have a thing for big
I
women,
love big
for sure.
women. I'm going to take off the glasses for the big women. I have loved big women since I was a young child. So Big women can do no wrong. And
You've
I don't
been
feel
a
like,
big woman since you were a child. So I for sure believe this. So at the end of the day, I think that Future is still good. Future's still good with us.
Absolutely.
But
yeah,
speaking of niggas that
oh shit, here we go.
speaking of canceled niggas though.
Here we go.
I can't say the same for this next dude.
Who?
The MJ documentary.
Okay,
just
let me put
dropped.
the glasses back on. So I can take my glasses off to make the
The
point. this
MJ
time.
documentary.
So
just
run that
dropped.
back. Say his name one more time.
Michael Jackson surviving.
Okay, hold on. I got a
Neverland.
point that I want to make. Let me look
Or
straight
Leaving
into the camera.
Neverland.
Did you watch it?
I still haven't brought myself to do it, man.
Have you watched it?
Not yet.
I watched part 1 and part 2.
How many parts are there? Is there 6
2.
like R. Kelly?
They're 2 and they're 2 hours each, so it was 4 hours.
2 hours
And they
each?
came out Sunday, and I
should
watched
be
them
4
both.
parts.
And there's another part that Oprah did called, a whole special after that.
Yeah,
where
she
she
did her
interviewed them
own
again. So it's 5 hours about this.
Sheesh.
If you haven't seen it, first of all, it's very uncomfortable to watch. They get very graphic. I won't give you everything, but one of the dudes was talking about Michael Jackson, and he said Michael Jackson would have him bend over, spread his cheeks. It was very hard to watch, and it came away like I got it. Mike's canceled to me. He is. He's canceled. And however anybody takes it is however anybody takes it, because I look at it like the jury was always out on Mike. Like, bro, just the shit he was doing. Like, you always with kids, you got kids sleeping in your. These are things that he's admitted to. You got, amusement park in your backyard. You're always around little kids. Little kids are sleeping in your bed.
I thought it was like Dave Chappelle. I thought he was trying to stunt.
No. It's. I really feel like
Jesus.
I feel like, and it's been a lot of like back and forth for people. Like, people don't believe the accusers now because of different things. After I watched it, and because I feel like that's all these documentaries they can do. They can present information to you, and then you make your decision on how you weigh in on it.
Yeah.
Mike's canceled to me, and that's so hard for me because I grew up idolizing Michael Jackson.
Same. So not to be insensitive, but just
Right.
to play devil's advocate.
Right.
Because we are in a world where people are evil and they take advantage of.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so Michael Jackson is dead.
He is.
And he can't really defend himself.
Right.
So from what you have seen, do you think that there is any possibility of fabrication or trying to take advantage of the situation or trying to get a check? Do you think that there is any possibility of that this could not be true and that this is for
I don't believe
opportunists?
just to to put a envelope on it, how I seen the whole thing. There are certain ways that I did start to believe that maybe Wade Robson was lying, like, you know what I'm saying, because he still because he testified in court that he didn't do these things. You know what I'm saying? So he was one of the people that got on the stand, and the other dude, they testified that these things didn't happen. And then he still tried to work with Michael Jackson after that. And he still tried to get different jobs. And he still spoke highly of Michael Jackson years after that. And then now he's finally. So in seeing that, you start to be like, well, he's probably just doing this for a job. And they said that he was trying to audition to be part of like a show for Michael Jackson, and he didn't get it. And so then you think maybe he could be bitter. But when I really broke it down, this dude was a child when this happened. And it was very, very difficult for him to sit up there and say that. And they were in an audience full of men who had all been sexually assaulted. Do you know 1 in 6 men have been sexually assaulted?
1 in 6?
1 in 6.
Seems like
And
a lot.
I think the number's even smaller for girls. I don't want to misquote it. But after all of that, and then Oprah gave it a lot of validity to me. Like, because Oprah don't need to. Like, when Oprah was in on it, like, Oprah don't need to do this for. Oprah's a billionaire. Oprah don't need to do this for no money. Oprah ain't out here just trying to smear innocent men.
Damn.
And she takes her journalistic integrity very seriously. So with all of that, I was just like, there could be opportunistic people that might be lying, but I also believe where there's smoke, there's fire. I believe that Michael Jackson is guilty of some things, even if it ain't what they say, because it just don't make sense anymore.
So, Thriller, Human Nature, all that.
And
done.
that's so hard for me. I
It's
grew
done.
up
I feel like
idolizing the man.
I feel like a lot of people don't agree with me when I say this. I just feel like sometimes we have to separate the art from the artist.
We have to,
That's
yeah.
just me sometimes, and I just feel like a lot of music that I grew up, they hold a lot of sentimental value.
Yes.
So like when I say I still listen to R. Kelly, people automatically think like, oh,
You're supporting him.
you're defending a pedophile, and it's just like no, because those certain music holds sentimental value to my life, just like
Right.
Michael Jackson. Like certain songs will always be important to me. So I mean, I could cancel him as a person, but at the same time, or I could just be like, oh, I mean, I have a different way of thinking. Like
Right.
I don't like to justify certain artists, but at the same time, I'll be like, okay, maybe he did do this, but maybe he's not that same person.
Right. No,
or maybe he is that same person. Maybe he is a piece of shit.
Well, that's actually an interesting point because people do kind of like are split down the middle about the separating art and the artist, and I feel like some people can't. So I wonder, like, why is if like you said, if you don't mess with the person as a person, but you like their art, what about listening to their music is not okay? You know what I mean? Like, I'm genuinely asking because, like, is it the fact that you're still supporting them and putting money in their pocket? Because if that's the case, what about dead artists? You know what I mean? Like artists like XXX or MJ, who not to compare the two, but they're just both dead. If you listen to their music, if you listen to R. Kelly's music after this comes out, you're basically still putting money in his pocket with streams or downloads or whatever. Right. But with a dead artist, can you separate the artist from the art if you're not technically supporting that person by listening to their music? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what is listening to their music? What does it do negatively besides the actual support of that artist?
Well, this is where I come out on it because like I have a different take on this just because of how I've lived. Like I in my life have known people in my family very, very close to people to me that have done terrible things, but this is my family. So what I have been able to do in my life is be able to, I can still love a person and hate something that they did. I can separate them. So I can still look at somebody and be like, I love this person, but what you did, I hate that. And I have the capability in my heart to forgive people for what they've done. So with me and how I come out on a situation, because like you said, like a lot of this music is really, really important to me. I don't know that I can just cancel music in my head and cancel memories, but at the same time, I can still publicly say I don't rock with what you did or what you're accused of. So I think it's just trying to find a balance in there, of trying to do that. And it is very difficult because you don't want to be seen like you're supporting pedophiles or monsters. Right. So,
on a lighter note,
it always gets heavy.
All of this stuff always makes me think of something that you said a few weeks ago on the podcast. All this shit coming out about artists is making Kanye look like an angel.
Bruh.
Like all this stuff.
Kanye is fine to me.
Like all of this stuff that's happened since Kanye has made Kanye is just a dude who just says
he's just
weird
an asshole,
shit.
And I'm an asshole. Like,
but it's like
y'all say stupid shit.
Nigga, like all these niggas coming through. Like, all right, we got videotape of this dude beating the shit out of his girlfriend. We got 6-part documentary about this nigga being a whole pedophile, and now we got legends that are maybe the same. Well, I guess they are the same way, and it's just like all this stuff. And then you look back at the whole Kanye thing. We were just
he just said some dumb shit.
We were a little rough on you.
We're very rough on him, and that's
we were a little bit rough.
That's
on
what
you.
I'm saying. Kanye is uncanceled to me. Like honestly, I was like, why would we even like? Yeah, he said some stupid shit I ain't agree with.
I could never cancel.
I'm not canceling Kanye, man.
I could never cancel Kanye.
I was getting very upset.
Weird
That's what the culture is done now. It's like somebody
does. Can we cancel the word cancel?
We should.
This shit is weird.
But but in comparison into like I said, like into shit that's going on, like man, people say stupid shit all the time.
Very uppity thing to say that you just can I cancel Kanye West. Like what?
But you know what's even worse? You know what's even worse than that?
Just close the doors to Kanye West.
You know what's worse than that? Just saying you cancel somebody. People that will judge you for not canceling somebody as well.
I know, right?
Oh, you still listening? To why you worried about what I'm
support
doing?
this person?
Yeah, like they want you to get on the same type of time.
All interesting.
So
stuff.
watch it. I mean, I implore everybody to just watch it because what I do feel like the important thing about all these documentaries is that it's bringing awareness to sexual abuse. So watch it. Make your own decision. I still don't know how I feel totally.
I'm sorry to cut you off. The thing I don't like about what they're doing now is I feel like they're trying to monetize off of people who are irrelevant now. You get what I'm saying? Right. Because like it's so easy to make accusations on people that people don't really like right now. Right. You get what I'm saying? So it was easy. That R. Kelly thing, it's been happening. R. Kelly been a piece of shit. Yeah. But it's easy to just be like, oh, you did this, you did that, you're canceled. Oh, Michael Jackson, you did this, you did that, you're canceled. But they not gonna cancel nobody like who's hot right now? Who's just like on fire? Drake. There's something that happened on Twitter about Drake, but nobody's gonna care.
Whoa! What happened about Drake? What happened?
The thing where the 17-year-old girl, the 17-year-old girl. Let something let something happen about Rihanna. Like Rihanna was sexually assaulting a man. Ain't no people gonna make jokes about that. Ain't nobody gonna take that serious. And then 10 years from now,
there's a lot of validity in what he's saying.
10 years from now, when Rihanna is irrelevant, Rihanna, the when they found out that if she was, assaulting a boy, 10 years from now when she's not relevant, Rihanna's canceled. It's just that easy
that
because nobody.
Because if you think about all the people that's been canceled, Bill Cosby was irrelevant at the time.
Kanye ain't irrelevant.
Oh, you're right. Well.
But I mean, the whole Trump thing, it's easy for it to just be like,
it's easy for those hot. Trump. It's like you said before. It's easy like those hot button topics. Just like with Jussie Smollett, it's like, racist, gay, we hate it. You're supporting Trump. We all hate Trump. Now we hate you.
Right.
So yeah, I hear.
And it's like what we always say with separating intention and execution. Like nobody really tried to understand what Kanye was talking about when he said slavery was a choice.
We just heard what he said.
I don't think he was saying fuck black people. Right. He was just. And I don't agree with anything that he said. I think it was stupid, but I think his execution just sucked.
Right. Yeah, I feel like a lot of things he can't really articulate the things he says. So a lot of people, they take it out of context, or they just have selective outrage and selective listening. So if you say
that's a great word.
Selective outrage.
So if you say let me get closer. So if you say something, if Kanye talking something Trump.
What did he say?
The alarm goes
off.
Right.
Trump. We hate everything about Trump, so we're going to attack Kanye for sounding like he's defending. And if other people are humping on the bandwagon, then they just create this narrative, and everybody's jumping on this narrative, and it's just like, did you listen to what Kanye said?
Right. Yeah. Like, and like you said, I really feel like he be having good thoughts. He just don't put them together before it comes out of his mouth. Because that's why I was so offended when he said the slavery thing. Because I'm like, bro, people really died behind that. People really got hung, lynched, raped, tortured. Right. And you sitting here saying that people
it was a choice.
Chose to do that. That's not true, and that's disrespectful to the people that died. So that's why I was upset. But I really feel like in his mind, he was trying to say something positive. He just said it wrong.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why I can forgive him and be like, bro, you're just fucked up and said some stupid shit. I say stupid shit all the time. So
absolutely. We all say stupid shit. Yeah. All right, so moving right along. This is going to be kind of like a conspiracy. Okay. We're not at the conspiracy corner yet, but I wanted to do this one in the news segment because I didn't want to glorify it or make it seem like it was a cool conspiracy. Because it's really, really fucked up. It is. I hate it. All right, so there's a new challenge or this crazy stuff going on the internet, and it's called the Momo challenge. Have you guys heard about it?
I have. Yeah.
So if you guys haven't heard about it out there, the Momo challenge is something viral where this super, super creepy doll looking thing.
It's ugly.
With a warped face. Mm-hmm. Here, you can check it out right here. Super creepy. It appears during children's internet shows. So like Pepe the Pig, Dora the Explorer, stuff like that. It basically cuts off and in a super creepy, it cuts in like those subliminal saw messages and stuff. And it tells kids to either leave their house or leave their parents for like 72 hours or kill themselves.
Wait, hold on. So a video is playing, say, of Dora the Explorer.
Right.
So this is put up by whoever is doing the hoax. So they're not infiltrating like real Dora videos.
No. Okay. Not on like on Nickelodeon itself.
Right, but I'm talking on YouTube. Right, so
videos.
people will re-upload a video and it'd be like some Dora shit.
Right.
But then once you're watching it, then they throw this scary face.
It's like when you get an ad like on YouTube, like you see ad pop-ups. Yeah. It's basically like they put it in the
it's like a demonic Rickroll. Remember that guy, right. Never gonna give you up. You think you were gonna play a video and then it cuts to that. It's like that, but the sick ass thing is that it's directed at children. And it's basically telling, and it's super weird. Like the voice changes every now and then, and it says different things. But it's been connected with a couple of deaths, and
so children have actually died.
Supposedly they're connected, but apparently a couple of deaths have been connected. There's a 12-year-old in Argentina who hung herself from a tree, and they're saying that somebody encouraged her to take her life. They're saying that they're investigating like an 18-year-old on social media, but she died near her phone, and I think the Momo challenge was in her history or something.
That's just...
there was a 13-year-old boy who killed himself after playing the game in Caleta, Olivia. They couldn't confirm the suspicion, though. There was a couple of people in Colombia, some people in India, and it's just like, even some people were threatened with death. the reports are kind of like all over the place.
They are.
Like they kind of say that she says numerous things. Like some people say that
the monster's a girl.
Kill their parents. It's like a doll or something like that. God, it's so creepy. It freaks me out every time. But like,
and Twitter always making a joke. I seen the thing. It was like Momo Isha and it had the face over branding.
Oh, the internet don't care about shit. I just really wanted to spread awareness about it because like it literally says it'll tell your child to find pills and take them, open the oven and turn it on. If they tell anyone, it will come for them and their family. And it's just like at the end of the day, you have to watch what your kids are watching.
It was messed up. I was actually with a friend of mine. She has a daughter, and she just was like we had heard about it, while we were together. And so she asked her daughter like, "Hey, have you heard of this?" And her daughter just started crying and just got upset.
Oh wow!
And got really afraid. Mm-hmm. This is the thing that's just so fucked up about this shit.
Oh wow!
This is the thing. People are really fucked up. It's just like at the heart of this, somebody knew that they could do this to hurt children. Like why? Like
how sick is
what
that?
is wrong with you? Like you know what I'm saying? Like it just blows my mind that people are that fucked up. Like that you can do something that would encourage a child to hurt or potentially kill themselves, and that for some reason to you is something cool to do.
And the fact that she started crying when it was brought up,
because she was just scared,
made it known that really got to her, and the whole like don't say anything.
And she didn't want to talk about it. That was the fucked up. She was like, I don't want to talk about this. It scares children
because that's the age
they're kids.
That kind of stuff is instilled.
I have a 13-year-old daughter. Like I had to call my daughter. Luckily, my daughter just is like, oh, I heard about that. That's stupid. So, luckily, but everybody don't. You know what I mean? And
it's for younger.
To go out there and try to hurt some kids, man, I just makes me.
That's super sick.
Super sick.
So please, if there's anybody out there watching this and kids, please don't pay attention to that shit because I just don't want to see nobody get hurt. And that's just a fucked up thing. And fuck those people who are doing that. I wish we could find them and beat them up.
On camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
World star. Yeah. So any kids that are watching, Momo is fake. Any parents that are watching, watch what your kids are watching.
Any reports of black kids? Cause
I don't know. I mean,
it sounds like it's overseas mostly that this is happening.
Yeah, I think it started in Britain or something. There was like a professional meeting with like I don't know what they were, if they were like congressmen or whatever, but
to talk about this,
they were like, it was like on the news.
And YouTube is doing their thing too, because YouTube is actually going. If you have kids or anything in your videos, they'll disable your comments. Because I guess the thing was going into people's comments.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's how they were like communicating with the kids. So now because even like videos that like I've been doing stuff, they'll disable your comments. So nobody can leave comments.
Sheesh.
So YouTube is doing their part. So shout out to YouTube for trying. But hopefully
they got to find a different way because people go to YouTube mainly for comments. So it's like you can't just based on that. So I feel like what they're doing is okay, but they got to find a different way because comments, that's the whole reason people go to YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
I don't even know how to police something like that.
That's why it's just I think people are just trying to throw a large net over it to kind of try to fix something. But hopefully just the sick, twisted fucks stop being sick, twisted fucks.
For real.
Because
that shit is nuts. That shit is nuts. And the doll is actually really scary.
It actually is.
As a grown man,
I can't look at it.
I could not look at it. That shit would mess me up.
I'm just looking parts of it. Like I'll scroll up and I'll look at the forehead, look at the eyes. I'm not looking at the whole picture. I can't look at the entire picture.
Look at it dead in the face.
I'm like, nah.
All right, well, moving on past the Momo challenge, and I'm going to take my glasses off.
Oh,
shit. You know what I mean? This was a question that was asked to me before we started shooting, and it got my gears turning.
Are you so stupid? Got my gears turning.
Do you guys think a hot dog is a sandwich?
What the fuck are you talking about? No, it's a hot dog.
I disagree with you.
Fuck out of here, Long Beach Griffy. What are you talking about?
Look. When you go to Subway, right? I just feel like when you go to Subway and you get, you probably wouldn't get this, but like a salami, or you get like,
I get salami
or bologna. You get what I'm saying?
He gets all of that.
I feel like the sandwich is kind of like turned to the side. I feel like if you eat a hot dog to the side, it becomes a Subway sandwich.
No, it doesn't. It becomes a hot dog.
It becomes
a hot Lincoln sandwich.
Oh shit!
It becomes a sandwich because.
Then is a taco a sandwich?
I mean, look, bologna is a hot dog, right? Bologna is made from the same
bull. Yeah, because it's just bullshit. Just
knuckles
and pig face, right?
If you put bologna on the sandwich, what is it? If you put bologna on the sandwich, what does it become? It becomes a hot dog.
No, what the fuck are you talking about? No, it doesn't. It's a bologna fucking sandwich.
It does.
Long Beach.
It does.
What are you talking about?
No,
it does not.
No,
there are two different type of meats.
Does.
A hot dog is rolled up like a different thing.
But it comes from the same.
Actually, what he said does actually make a little sense because I guess
come from the same
bologna is what a hot dog could be if you flatten it out.
Exactly.
No, Long Beach, I don't want to agree with you on this.
You completely made
it is, bro. Like, see, but then you got to ask the questions like, okay, if we turn it a certain way, does it become
well, then is a taco
what
a
it
sandwich?
is?
It's the same thing. Same
that's
thing.
a tortilla.
No.
What does that mean?
But then if you get it in a hard shell, it's still a taco.
No, bro. What do you think? Pat's a fucking hot dog.
Okay, so I actually just looked up the definitions. I looked up the definition of sandwich.
Yeah, look it up.
Google was like,
nigga.
What are you doing right now?
All right, so here's where it gets a little messy. All right. So a sandwich is 2 slices of bread with fillings in between them, right?
Fillings like compassion?
That was a good one.
Sensitivity? Okay.
I hate it. Okay. So by that logic, a hot dog technically isn't a sandwich because the bread is one piece.
But don't know. Okay.
What he just proved, low key, is that at Subway, sometimes the bread is still connected. So, and that's for sure a sandwich.
But the bread is still connected on a hot dog.
That's why I'm saying. So technically, a Subway, it's called Subway sandwiches. So that by definition, those are sandwiches.
So by what you're saying is, by that rationale,
a hot dog's a sandwich.
No, then a sandwich is a hot dog. Wait.
What?
It could be though.
No.
What?
By that definition, technically a Subway sandwich could be considered a hot dog because it's all one piece of bread.
Right, but a hot dog and a sandwich.
No, because the definition of a hot dog is a frankfurter with a typically mild flavor that is heated and usually served in a long split roll. So by definition, you need the frankfurter for a hot dog, but you just need fillings for a sandwich. So technically, a hot dog is a type of sandwich.
No.
Okay. Okay, like think about it. Like
That's
when you
crazy.
pour, think about it. When you struggle, when it's that struggle month, right?
You use one piece of bread,
and you got hot dogs inside of the freezer, and you only got bread, the ugly pieces. And you put that together, what is it? Ain't that a sandwich?
That's a hot dog sandwich.
But it's still a sandwich, though.
Damn.
No. Well, how about this? On that same pattern of thinking, when you have low bread, and say you have just one piece of bread, if you use one piece of bread and fold it with a sandwich, does that now become a hot dog? So if I got one piece of bread and I put a piece of turkey and I just fold it, is that now a hot dog?
It's a hot dog if it's a frankfurter in the middle.
But what if it's just roast beef?
Then it's a sandwich.
A hot dog sandwich?
No, it's because by the Subway definition, you can have a sandwich on one connected piece of bread. And an open face sandwich is one piece of bread like this. So technically, you could do. But
no, I don't want Long Beach to be right now.
But low key, the definition of sandwich is 2 pieces of bread. So
you got to have 2 pieces.
Does folding it make it
so
2
a
pieces?
hot dog bun is a hot dog bun 1 piece of bread or 2 pieces connected with that little middle piece?
Like I don't know if you put I get what you're saying, because if you put a hot dog inside of a hot dog bun,
that's a
hot dog bun break apart, does it become
now
a sandwich?
That's
right?
Now if you break the bun, it's a sandwich. I'll give you that, Long Beach, but not the other thing. If you take a hot dog bun and split it and then put the hot dog in there, that's a sandwich. But if it stays together, it is a hot dog. So if you get a sub sandwich, that's actually a hot dog.
So should we cancel Subway because they over here giving us hot dogs
the whole fucking time? Fucking Subway.
Y'all been selling.
You son of a bitches.
Goddamn Subway. Stop selling us hot dogs.
Niggas been buying spicy Italian hot dogs.
Yo, that's crazy. So we got to come to a consensus. We have to get on the same page about this.
Well,
I'm not going to be able to sleep if we don't.
Well, I don't think that the 2 pieces matters with the hot dog. It's mostly the frankfurter and served in a long split roll. So I don't think that by definition a hot dog needs to have 2 separate pieces.
Okay, so this is where we shall land, gentlemen. If the hot dog bun stays intact, it is a hot dog. If you split it, it's a sandwich.
A hot dog sandwich.
Yes, and if you take 1 piece of bread and don't use it for 2, so if you use 1 piece of bread and however many meats, that becomes a hot dog.
Okay, let's put it like this. If it's a hot dog weenie, it's a hot dog, no matter what it's in.
Okay.
I could sign up for that.
I'm good with that.
Okay. Right. Thank you, because I was gonna go to war for this. Okay.
I'm glad this was addressed, guys.
Cool.
I'm glad this was addressed.
Yeah, cool. First world problem.
Hot dogs are hamburgers. Oh, and hamburgers. Those must be sandwiches.
Oh wait,
too,
no.
right?
Let's talk about this because I've done this plenty of times. Have you ever ran out of hot dog buns and put a hot dog in a hamburger bun? What is that?
That's degenerate.
Have you ever put a hamburger in a hot dog bun?
That's a hot dog hamburger.
Have you ever put? What happens if you put
a burger?
What if you put a hamburger in a hot dog bun? Is that a hot burger?
No, that's a Subway sandwich.
That's something I wouldn't want to do.
That's literally what
that's
Subway
just some
does.
broke shit, though, boy.
That's something I wouldn't want to do.
That's what Subway does. That's literally what Subway does.
Got you.
All right, so we should probably mention this whole Tristan versus Khloe debacle is still going on.
Black men don't cheat.
Jordyn has been dragged through the woods at this point.
But did you see? Oh,
hey,
I like it what you did there.
Come on now.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Jordyn is fine, by the way.
Jordyn is fine. Have you seen the before pictures?
No, she wasn't as fine.
Yeah, the caption was "You ain't unattractive."
I did see that. I thought it was Photoshop. That was really her.
Her and Kylie had the glow up.
Whew.
That's tough. How long they been friends?
A long time.
A long ass time. They were best friends for a minute.
Did you watch the Red Table Talk interview?
I watched clips of it, and I could see what some people are saying, that it was sort of positioned to make her look good, but at the end of the day, it's like Khloe is attacking the wrong person.
She was, but see, this is what it was. Khloe thought that she could use her social media power to kind of shun her and shut her up. And she was doing too much. Like they was doing like a massive sale on the little products that they had her on to kind of X her out of the business. And then Will Smith and Jada kind of came and had Jordyn's back, and they flipped that table. So Khloe ended up circling back with a tweet like, look, you know what I'm saying? I was hurt. I was mad. Thought my homegirl did this, but she ain't the reason my family broke up. It was Tristan. And that's all I wanted her to say, because that's a very heavy aspersion to put on somebody and call them a homewrecker. So I felt like she was wrong in doing that.
At the end of the day, I think that who she was played a big part of it. Like all these other girls were random, so it was just like, Tristan, put your dick away. Right. But then this was just like,
this the homie.
Nigga, like, and Khloe had tweets that was just like, it sucks when it was the person that you told your problems to. So apparently, like all those other times that she was cheated on, she would confide in Jordyn, and Jordyn be like, "It's okay, it's okay."
Yeah, that's tough.
And then hit that house party, and
that's tough.
Slam dunk into the ball sack.
I mean, I feel like when it comes to, I mean, they're married, so I feel like when it comes to,
are they married? Because that's the thing. I don't think they're married.
I don't think they're married. I mean, they have the title of
just
marriage.
A whole nigga out here.
Yeah. I feel like it's a title of marriage, but I feel like when it comes to like relationship things, it's just like you supposed to always, check your husband.
Your mate.
You get what I'm saying?
But
at the same time, Jordyn shouldn't be.
Yeah.
She
shouldn't have been in that
situation.
What
I'm saying?
And
like,
she said that too.
You got to just stay away from stuff like that.
Khloe had a point, because she was like, I'm addressing Tristan offline.
But you're addressing her publicly.
That's the father of my kids. Like, I'm addressing him privately. But Jordyn Woods is doing all this stuff on social media. That's why I'm addressing.
But Jordyn Woods wasn't even saying anything. She was attacking Jordyn.
What, on really?
She was talking shit.
Well, a lot of people are also saying that it was a lie on the Red Table Talk, which low key is like, you don't go to an NBA player's house party and just be like, man, I shouldn't have been there. Like,
but honestly though, because they did say that alcohol was involved. She said she was drunk, not like pass out, blackout drunk, but she said she was partying all night. But that's the thing, like, they was out partying. It wasn't like she went out and spotted the nigga like, what's up, me and you, let's go kick it. It was a bunch of people. They was all going to kick it.
It was his house party.
But what's wrong with her being there if she knows him?
I don't know who it was, but this girl, I guess she was like an influencer. She tweeted, she was like, I've been to Tristan's house parties, and girl, it ain't Jordyn. So apparently he's throwing house parties and knocking them down all over the place. But it's like,
I'm sorry. I kind of want to touch on the whole drinking thing. I feel like drinking is not an excuse because I feel like if you're drunk, you have those sober thoughts. Like you still have that sober thought. So I feel like if you do it drunk, you wanted to do it sober.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I had to go to rehab 2 times. The reason why I say that is because no, it doesn't ever give you a pass to do things. I feel like all alcohol does is amplify who you are on different levels. So if you're a violent person, you're probably going to be out fighting. If you're an emotional person, you'll end up doing emotional calls and texts. But what I think people do is when you are drunk, it allows you to act on things that you probably wouldn't have, even though you thought of it. Yeah. The alcohol inhibits you to just be like, your sensors stop you. They don't stop you anymore from what your common sense will stop you from doing.
But that's still,
so he probably did want to holler at her, or she might have wanted to. But when you're sober, it's like, fuck no, I wouldn't do that. But when you're drunk, it's like, yeah, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? So it's not an excuse. It just, kind of lets you run that light.
I also heard that Khloe had Jordyn there to make sure that Tristan didn't like have any girls stay, and then
she stayed.
Wow, how ironic!
Make sure he don't know how stay. He don't fuck nobody. Wait, I didn't say you stay and you fuck him. That wasn't what I meant for you to do.
She was like, man, that nigga's convincing.
Like, bitch, the nigga's good. Like, what the fuck?
Is everybody out, Tristan? Oh, I'm taking my clothes off. I was the one who stayed. But at the same time, I think people are saying, like, Khloe, you don't need to be mad at Jordyn. You need to be mad at Tristan, which is true. But I don't think that doesn't cancel Jordyn. Like that is still messed up. Like, that chick was in her home, and that was, like, considered family. So they're both, like, they were both fucked up.
This is the ultimate thing that I think everybody should pull a lesson out of. Somebody told this to me not too long ago. You cannot outrun karma either way. Either way in your life, you can't outrun it. So I say that to say, Khloe got with Tristan when his baby mama was 9 months pregnant with his child. Mm-hmm. You took that nigga from that woman. Mm-hmm. Get off your little soapbox now. You crying because some shit happened to you.
All true.
The universe owed you that, and you got it. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't sit here and act like you don't understand why the fuck is happening.
The same way you get a man is the same way you lose him, vice versa.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, this nigga Tristan Thompson ain't doing shit on the court.
Ain't doing shit on the court. Nigga
this would be one thing if this was like a LeBron James scandal.
Nigga, you just out here putting up 2 points, 0 rebounds. Nigga, you should not have more minutes than points.
Exactly.
This nigga's
This
trash.
nigga's in all the wrong headlines.
That nigga is
no ESPN Sports Center headlines. All the gossip headlines.
And then he ain't even spoke on this. And I don't know.
What is he gonna say? He's been on Snapchat with other chicks since this has happened.
He clearly don't want to be with Khloe.
Don't give a shit.
He don't care.
And by the way, this is all fucking fake.
Uh-huh.
I think this is all completely.
I think it's just gearing up for the new season.
Yes, this is like wrestling. I'm sure Tristan was just like, all right, for sure, say whatever.
Because that video, the red table talk, it's like at damn near 30 million views, and it just came out last Friday. So it's great for
they all sat in a room. They were all like okay, bitch. So what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
What we have?
Somebody genius, maybe Chris, said, what if we took reality TV to social media? It's literally like it's like
so
it's broken boundaries of a TV show. It's not within 30 minutes.
Yep. All we're doing is watching the show, but it's just not on TV.
It's
on
all
social media.
You're smart, boy.
Everywhere.
You're smart.
You know what I mean? Social media.
Wow,
Red
Pat.
Table Talk.
You don't get to you don't even get to choose if you tuning in because it's right in front of you.
It's all reality TV.
All
that's actually really fucking smart.
Tekashi 6ix9ine was like our version of the Truman Show. This was like one guy that everybody on Earth was watching, and it was a reality TV show. He just didn't have a 30-minute spot. It was 24 hours a day,
right?
And just ended the series finale. Ended in jail.
No, that actually, when you say that actually makes a lot more sense because now, like, if somebody would say, "DoBoy, are you gonna watch the Kardashian show?" I'd be like, "No." But like you said, I'm watching the Kardashian show. I've been talking about it.
We've been watching.
That's actually really
We've
smart.
been watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians since that sex tape.
They duped us. They got us. You're right.
And nobody don't even see
stuff.
it. Yeah. And it just sparks a conversation and stays in the
media
until they forget about it.
Yeah. Hey. The Kardashians are undefeated.
Nobody supports the black man more than the Kardashians.
Yeah, Kardashians, they're masterminds at this.
Absolutely.
They know exactly what they're doing.
They're pulling the strings. Absolutely.
Speaking of black support,
I love your transitions. Come on, let's go.
I was waiting for it.
Let's go, Pat.
All right, so this is dope. So Eli Wuduba, a Nigerian hyperrealism pencil artist, he basically drew a picture of Kevin Hart and tweeted it. Kev somehow saw the tweet and not only retweeted it saying, I'm going to buy this from you, but I'm going to commission you to draw one of all of my friends.
Do you have the picture?
I do have the picture.
See the picture.
The picture is flames, though.
Yeah, that's a really good picture.
Wow.
Yeah, let me blow it up for you, pause. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That looks like a photograph.
You know what's so dope about the internet is that all the gatekeepers that were there to get you where you want to go don't exist. If you can just have a computer and have Wi-Fi,
that's all it
you
takes.
can change your life. This is a kid who probably just drew this. Like, he's in Nigeria, probably just whatever.
Life changed.
Put it up, and now he gonna be breaded up, and you know Kev gonna break him off a ticket, and he's probably gonna be in demand from everybody else.
Bro, it's
I love
art
it.
too.
I love
so
it.
it's like the price can be whatever. And I know Kevin Hart, especially.
He got bread. Kev could give him $30K for that. It's probably like $20 to him.
Yeah, not only that,
I love hearing this shit.
New doors can open up. Like other rappers can hit this little boy up.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
Draw me, or
he's on
all type of people.
And the story around this is going to blow him up too.
Yeah,
so
I love that. Shout out to Kevin, man. Kevin's just a great guy. I've had the pleasure of meeting Kev. Just a great guy, man.
I never noticed how much he looks like Lil Rel until I saw this photo too.
He actually does look Lil Relish.
He looks like a little relish. Lil Relish.
Shout out to Kev Hart, man. That was fire.
Some lighthearted stories today.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All right, so moving on. Will Smith actually just recently got cast to play Serena and Venus Williams' father in a biopic. Yeah. Y'all feeling that?
I, for one, am feeling it.
I
Because
think it's gonna be dope.
I've been hypercritical of Will, and I've said that he hasn't had a hit movie in about 10 years. But I say that because I'm a really big Will Smith fan.
I'm not a Will Smith fan.
Wow.
I don't.
I've never really heard that.
I'm probably the only one when people ask me, I'm just like, I'm not really.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
okay,
not
but
really.
but you have some of his stuff that you like, right?
I like
Fresh
the
Prince
Fresh Prince
of Bel-Air. Okay. Men in Black.
I like Men in Black
Independence
2.
Day.
I didn't watch that.
You didn't watch
You didn't
Independence
watch
Day?
Independence
Didn't
Day?
watch Independence Day.
What?
I don't really like Will Smith. And then I seen
Ali?
And then I seen
Welcome
After
to Earth,
Earth.
motherfucker.
After Earth was trash.
I do like The Pursuit of Happiness.
That was good.
Okay.
I do
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The Pursuit of Happiness. 7 pounds.
Trash. Yes.
Focus.
Trash.
Trash.
Do we have to say trash?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Well, I love Will Smith, but I got to be able to just say my opinion on this
Inadequate.
stuff.
Just say inadequate.
But it just wasn't good.
Come on, it's Big Willie styles. This nigga
love
made
Will.
Willennium.
But
Yeah.
but I've been like on record for saying he hasn't had because he used to be like Mr. Box Office, and he hasn't really delivered. And I feel like that's a great story for them to tell.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm all here.
Is it a BET biopic?
I hope not. I'm sick of them doing. But who made them? They just be doing all the biopics now. I think it's coming out as like in theaters.
Yeah, I don't.
I hope so.
I don't like BET biopics.
You like the new edition 7-hour movie?
Not really.
Yeah, it was too long.
I think it's gonna be cool to see him get his like Uncle Phil on though.
I think this is really great for us to see him transition into like an older man, like acting and stuff.
I
think
think
that's
so
what
too. Because it has to be a powerful movie.
Yeah.
Because Serena Williams is the greatest female athlete of our generation.
No, people have been saying that. Like I was actually talking
Probably
to
all
Kev
time,
recently.
actually.
Yeah, Kev actually called her the greatest athlete of all time,
I could
and you could argue and say that
for sure.
Yeah, because she won a Masters pregnant.
Oh shit.
Are they called Masters? What's
You can't. I mean,
Wimbledon
that automatically puts her a bunch of above
Pregnant.
because it's like
With a child.
We can't even compare that. Like
Yeah.
we can't even talk about what kind of hell that is being
Right.
pregnant.
Yeah.
And you out here beating
and
that.
she out here beating the best. So
That's crazy.
Can you imagine the person who lost in the finals and was just like, this was a doubles.
I wonder if the baby can say that they won a thing
Probably.
too,
He was
'cause
on
they
the court.
Yeah.
He was on the court.
So no, I'm definitely here for Will. I mean, Will is a fire actor, and I feel like on different things with that he does. So like you said, projects like Pursuit of Happiness that was based on a true story. I feel like projects like that he gonna murder. I feel like he gonna do what he got to do, and he can transform into that. So shout out to Will.
Yeah,
man.
I want to say
definitely-
it's gonna come into theaters. I hope so.
It better be going to theaters. You can't put the Serena Williams story on BET. No shade to BET, but that needs to be on a bigger platform. That needs to be a movie.
Yeah.
I
With a
agree.
theatrical release.
I agree.
All
right, so we are at the final topic. So this is super weird. So there's an anchor named or news reporter named Pete Hegseth, who said some really weird stuff online on the air, and everybody was just like, and it sparked a bunch of other conversations. I'll let you guys hear.
What do you say?
You said what?
2019 resolution is to say things on air that I say off air. I don't think I've washed my hands for 10 years. Really, I don't really wash my hands ever.
Help me!
No, I inoculate myself. It's just not, germs are not a real thing.
true.
I can't see them, therefore they're not real.
So you're becoming immune to all the
Exactly,
bacteria.
I can't get sick.
So yeah, there's really people out here that don't believe in germs.
So you just out here wiping your ass and then just going back about life.
And that's the wildest
tough.
thing. Have you ever been like,
do we even wipe his ass? That's the bigger question.
oh, hey, if you don't believe in germs, he might just be walking around with the poop butt.
That's just disgusting.
And have you ever been like, and this might be graphic, but have you ever been like taking a shit next to somebody or peeing while somebody was taking a shit and you just saw that nigga walk out and you're just like,
I hate that.
Oh yeah, at the airport.
disgusting.
At the airport all the time.
so
Yeah.
that makes me think
disgusting.
that's just there are
This
just
is-
people that walk around.
I will go on
with
two different sides of this. One, I would say, nigga, you trash. That's disgusting. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm with you on that.
Whatever. Like, you should definitely wash your hands. Don't be a trifling individual. Second off, though, when I went to the doctor one time, just on a random checkup, whatever, I don't even know how we got to talking about it, but I'm not like a germaphobe. So I clearly I wash my hands, but I'm not like, you know, those people that just keep the Purell every 5 minutes and do that.
That's me.
And I said that I don't do that. And so in the conversation with the doctor, because he was a black doctor, he was like, yeah, people don't understand. Like sometimes if you're killing every germ, then that just makes it so you do get sicker more often. To whereas if different germs come and then you come into contact with them and your body becomes immune to them, something to that effect. So you can mess around and be more susceptible to getting sick if you are a germaphobe type of person that ODs on it. Yeah, but should you basically have a human function of washing your hands? Yes. But can being a germaphobe be counterproductive? Yes. So I'll say
that's very true. It's just like taking medicine and going to the doctors every 5 seconds when you're sick.
Exactly.
Like people who don't go to the doctors and people who don't, take medicine, they have a less chance of getting sick because they have a strong immune system and your body is so used to fighting off
it fights off the shit. Exactly.
Yeah, so
I mean, so scientifically he might have some points, but
you're just a filthy individual.
You a nasty nigga.
I will never eat whatever food he brings to the potluck.
But
I ain't shaking this nigga's shitty hand.
You a nasty nigga.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if I'm ever meet this dude, but the fucked up thing for me is just now I'm walking around thinking like, man, these people are out here like all daps 2019, all daps.
Daps be I
not touching nobody.
I ain't gonna lie, if I don't know you that good, I'm giving you this. Like, oh, what's up, bro?
This way?
I probably might even go that far. I might just throw
my nigga, what up,
elbow
though?
daps.
I don't like touching everybody's hands, and I definitely don't want to touch his. That's just. Do you see how the ladies look freaked out when he was talking that shit?
Her hands was on the other side of her
She was
body,
probably like,
bro.
I didn't touch this nigga hand so many times.
Over there, kiki. As soon as that camera cut, she was like, "You're filthy.
Yeah.
You need to do something with your life because that is gross. Don't sit next to me."
I feel like a bunch of people on set didn't really talk to him. You know that awkward
there was
after you cut?
like, come on, guys.
Nigga.
Come on. No.
I was just kidding.
I ain't letting him hold my baby. But get your shitty hands the fuck
I
away
think he
from young.
recant his sentence. He was like, I mean, I wash it sometimes.
When?
Nigga said 10 years. So for 10 years, you decided filth.
Nigga, what was happening 10 years ago? I was in high school. If I didn't
just
touch,
made me feel really old.
If I didn't touch water for 10 whole years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The last time I was in a senior.
I just want to know how he came to that conclusion that washing his hands is what he should stop doing.
He said he doesn't believe in germs.
But clearly you believed it at some point in your life because you just stopped 10 years ago. What happened to make you be like, fuck that soap?
What does he do when it's windy?
Yeah.
People are just like, it's windy. It's like, I don't believe in wind.
I don't believe it when you're sick and you got pneumonia.
What does he do
now.
after he eat though? Like
Nigga,
what happens? Does he wash his hands?
I know if he's eating barbecue.
What if you're touching the dirt?
He probably just walks away. I wonder how, like, to what extent does he not want to wash his hands? Like, does he take showers and have the hands on the outside?
He got gloves on in the shower.
His hands
Gotta keep these hands filthy.
The inside of the gloves have dirt on them. You just re-up for the day.
That's disgusting.
Sorry for the ass.
So yeah, all daps 2019, y'all. Watch
sure.
which hands you shaking.
Side note, this ain't a good week for news anchors. This nigga's just putting meth in the butt, not washing their hands.
Yeah,
and you supposed to be delivering the news. You're not a credible source.
This is probably the last year of news. This is probably the last year of news.
That's why they're just coming out like, nigga, I put meth in my butt. I'm out of here.
Just
Signing
go all
off.
out.
It's Hank Chipperson. Get the fuck out of here.
Gonna go all out, man.
Dirty hand Hank.
Signing out. I'm signing this tape.
Oh, poot hand Luke looking ass.
That's disgusting.
Chip Ripper signing out. He just shoves meth up his ass.
Bottoms up. Oh
God.
man.
Oh, this is fun, guys.
I
This is
like
mad
it.
Fun. All right, so we have reached our final segment, my favorite segment, the Conspiracy Corner.
Cue the music.
Cue the easy, eerie music. Da, 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 da.
I thought you were gonna hum it.
Oh.
One.
Hit that.
Conspiracies.
I told this nigga to hit that freestyle. This nigga said,
You know how like you gotta just think about it when you chilling with your homies. Like, all right.
This nigga was tasting the conspiracy.
Yeah,
Delicioso.
conspiracies.
All right, so I'm not even gonna lie. This one kind of fucked me up.
Shit.
It's not scary, but it's a conspiracy, and it was interesting. I actually got it from a fan yesterday.
Okay.
Shout out to Layla Dewisi.
Layla Dewisi, you do it.
But
so
I just
easy.
want to present this information to you, and it's just an interesting talking point because it kind of messed me up in the head. Okay. So there is a conspiracy. That the Statue of Liberty was originally a black woman, and we sent it back.
What?
So think about that. Our whole symbol for American freedom was a black woman with broken chains on her that was erected as a tribute to the accomplishment of the Civil War, and the black woman served as the model for Lady Liberty that represented freedom. So it was constructed to basically show the black woman becoming.
Was it
free.
actually made, or that was just the idea?
That was the original model. So here I'll go into it a bit more. And like
probably had a little bit more ass under that gown, if so. Right?
Probably thick as hell.
That's just where my mind goes.
That statue was probably thick as shit.
Statue of Liberty would have been thick as fuck.
Thick as hell, boy.
See that thumper on the statue, nigga? Y'all
Damn, you
seen
see
that shit?
thick ass statue.
They took all the ass off and made the Golden Gate Bridge. And that's where our monuments come from. So apparently the model for the Statue of Liberty, the woman who posed for the sculptor whose portrait the sculptor used was a black woman. The Statue of Liberty was intended to depict a woman with features representative of the black race. The Statue of Liberty was created as a tribute to the Civil War and the black soldiers, and the Statue of Liberty was intended to symbolize the end of slavery in the U.S. And I'm just going to play a really quick clip.
As a matter of fact, in a museum in New York, you can see the original design of the Statue of Liberty, which is a black woman. When the French artist created the Statue of Liberty, it was supposed to represent the end of slavery. On the original model, there were chains on the hands and feet, as we know. When the statue got to America, they wanted to erase any references to slavery from the statue, but the artist really thought to keep the chains on there because this is your art. You don't want people tampering with your art. And if you look, the chain is still on the foot of the Statue of Liberty to this day.
Isn't that fucking nuts?
That's crazy.
So on some Easter egg shit, they're saying that the artist left the chain in. But if you think about that...
So wait, the chain is still there on the actual... Mm-hmm. Fucking fascinating.
But if you think about that, like our symbol for America was a black woman at one point, which makes... And then they covered it up, which is so American if you think about it. Because like... It is literally
Wait, did they cover up the chains?
No, I'm saying they didn't want that.
Okay.
They made it a white woman.
But are the chains on the Statue of Liberty now or no?
That's what this guy's saying, yeah.
So even if you go to the Statue of Liberty now, I can see the chains on her feet.
They're saying that the artist switched it up when he was asked to, but he left a couple of things from the old.
That's
so
fucking
it's just
amazing.
crazy because it's like a country of oppression. And our symbol was a black woman that was changed.
If that is true, if this calls to be true, I think that's really fucking amazing.
So
I think it's a good gesture. I think it'd be a good gesture at the time, but at the same time, I feel like there'll be a lot of controversy behind it because, like, if that statue was approved in 2019. People would be like, why do we have to be in chains? Why can't we be strong? Why do we have this?
Right.
Well,
like,
I mean, that's because
always do complain,
slavery was a long time ago. So I think that we're so sensitive about all that stuff now. But at the time, that was like what was going on. So it was like a symbol, you know, and I get what you mean. I feel like people would have been sensitive about it.
When did they build the Statue of Liberty? When did it go up?
Let's find out. When? Because I'm not that smart, nigga. When was the...
I want to guesstimate.
Let's give guesses first. Let's give guesses.
The 1900s
I would say...
1912.
Nah,
I'm shitty with dates.
I would say 1700.
You think 1700?
I would say 1700. What the...
I want to say the early
All right, I'm going to go to the most credible
When did they find America?
Earth,
what year did they find
Wikipedia.
America?
This is now History Corner.
I don't know. How long has America been around?
Like in a
now these are a lot of guesses.
1700s, maybe?
So I'm saying 1750. What's yours? What's your guess?
Huh?
What year do you think it went up? I say 1750.
I want to say like the 1900s.
So 1920?
Yeah,
Okay,
not like 1912, 1900s to 1912.
That's a 2-year window. Okay, got you. Pat, what do you say?
I'm looking at it. So.
Okay, what is it?
My bad.
When did it go up?
All right, so it's looking like Calvin Coolidge declared this. You said it's a broken name?
It's a dope ass name.
For real,
Calvin
though.
Coolidge,
I'm Calvin Coolidge.
Yeah.
He declared the statue a national monument in 1924.
Really?
Yeah.
So they still had slavery was still going on. When did slavery end?
Slavery was absolutely not going on in the 20s.
Yes, it was.
In 1920.
Nigga, I know people that was in the 50s that was slaves. Not the 50s, like the 30s that were slaves.
I think it 1886.
Nah.
No?
It ended in the
1886.
1800s.
When did slavery end? Pull that up.
1886.
Bro, you said 1920?
People still had slaves.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about American slavery, right?
Yeah.
1886.
When did it end?
Or 1860.
Emancipation Proclamation was 1863.
1863.
This nigga
So that's
said
when it ended?
Nigga said 1920.
I knew it was one of those.
Okay, I was 60 years off. Okay. All right.
1863.
The 60 years off.
Okay, I was.
That's 80 years off.
No, it's not.
1920 from 1860?
It's 60 years, nigga. Can you not count?
Oh, it is 60 years. Don't try to flip this on me. You were wrong first.
I was the closest.
It was. Okay. That's actually really dope to know such a big monument is based on a black woman.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I mean, as far as conspiracies go, it's a really interesting one, and it's a really good talking point. I don't think it's true.
Why?
Why? I don't think that they would ever do that. I think it was actually proved.
But you can see an artist doing that, though.
I definitely can see the artist keeping it.
Right.
But I don't see anybody in America even
what do you
ordering a black
What do you
black
think
woman.
that they thought the woman was representing then? Because at the time in 1865, it's a woman. Why do you think that they chose a woman versus putting a man?
Lady
statue?
Liberty? That's an interesting question. I don't know why they chose a woman. I don't know if Lady Liberty was a concept
I don't
before
even
this.
think women's rights had kicked in back then.
I mean, at this point, we don't know.
We don't know shit about time.
on the timeline, so I don't even want to guess nothing.
Right.
For women.
But they're also saying that the original one had darker skin, but that was more to do with the materials that was used.
Right.
They're saying that it was to represent the significance that black soldiers had in the Civil War, but then there's the thing against that is that black soldiers really didn't come into play until the final, last part of it. Mm-hmm. So that wouldn't have made any sense. So it has been proven.
So you
wrong
don't believe
too.
it?
I don't think so, but I think that the concept is amazing because I think that as far as a conspiracy goes and talking about it I think that's a dope one because it's just like the thought that our Statue of Liberty was a black woman and that was covered up. Just says a lot about where we're at, but it also says a lot about black people too.
I could absolutely see it. People saying that it was a black woman and then the government covering that up. Mm-hmm. I have a special request for next week's conspiracy theory. Okay. And so maybe we could even employ anybody that knows anything about this to send us some tips because I've always wanted to talk about this. I want to break down the dollar bill and the back of it because do you know there's with that eye on it on the back of a dollar. There's that so many different things that people say that means. Let's look into that. I want to talk about the dollar bill and all the conspiracies.
The back of the dollar. Oh yeah, because I used to do that thing where you fold it up and the Twin Towers was on fire. Have you seen that? Yeah, you can fold up a dollar bill and it literally looks like the Twin Towers and fire is coming off of it. And then I think you can fold up there's a bunch of ways you can fold.
I want to talk about that because people I know they say that thing with the eye, Illuminati, and all that. But
and all that Latin that shit freaks me out.
Have you did the 9/11 conspiracy theory yet?
Ooh,
no, not yet.
We should. And we need to do. There's a lot of conspiracies about conspiracies about TV shows. Have you heard the one about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? I won't give it away, but have you heard the theory?
Oh, the fan ones are lit. I almost wanted to do a whole show just
we should do a whole fan theory about TV. There's one about Friends. There's one about Rugrats.
Oh yeah,
I heard the one about Rugrats.
The
one about Rugrats was scary.
Yeah,
it was dark. It almost made me not want to watch the show.
That was very scary.
Titanic too. There's one about the Titanic as well.
Hey, if you're watching, don't look all these up. Wait for us.
Probably.
And we still haven't given you the Bermuda Triangle, man.
Let's do Bermuda. Come on, man. The hell wrong with you?
All right, we got a lot of good stuff.
We need
on
to
the
make
list.
this a stand. I'm trying to talk them into making a standalone conspiracy podcast where we could just talk about conspiracies. They're so interesting. This has been a good one, guys. You're a great guest.
Hey, thank you, Long Beach Griffy.
I almost called you Ken heck of times just because the Griffy part.
Ken Griffy?
Ken Griffy. So I almost.
He was like,
Yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm glad you did know, my nigga.
Nigga didn't have nothing to say to that.
You feel me? My name Long
okay.
Beach. You heard? No, but you've been a good guest, man. You talk a lot, man. You've been some good points.
I mean, I just try to fill in the blanks from here or there. I don't want to be sitting here the whole time like.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Definitely good stuff. Well, I have been DoBoy.
And I have been Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Anthony Griffin.
And this has been another installment of The Internet is Undefeated. Cue the bad music one more time.
Ooh, Internet is undefeated. Internet is undefeated. Internet is undefeated.
Yeah.
I stopped. My bad.
Next week.
Later, guys.
Yeah. What up? Thank you for tuning in to another installment of The Internet is Undefeated. Please like the video, share the video, hop in the comments, let us know what you think. If you just want to hear the audio, follow us on Spotify and Google Play. I have been DoBoy. Peace.